A man that exists in your dream, a nightmare that could end up in your death. Freddy Krueger is one of the creepiest serial killers ever made. Today, we are going to take a look in his past. The story of Freddy starts with a young woman. This woman became a nun and was sent to work at a mental asylum. After her first day of work, she was very happy. She loved her job. However, because she was new, she accidentally got lost. Her co-workers, unaware of this, closed the building, ending up in the nun getting locked up with hundreds of crazy inmates. They did all kinds of sick and twisted things to her, and after a few days of being mentally and physically abused, she is found, while being pregnant, with a baby of one of the crazy inmates. 9 months later, she gives birth to Freddy Krueger. After giving birth to Freddy, the nun commits suicide, and Freddy gets taken to an orphanage. Later, he gets adopted by a man named Mr. Underwood. Mr. Underwood was an alcoholic who regularly beat up Freddy. At school, Freddy had no friends and got bullied by his classmates. He became depressed and had no one to talk to. After a while, Freddy became sick of it. His first victim was Mr. Underwood, who he murdered with a razor, but was never caught. Years later, Freddy married, and got a daughter. He also got a job at a local power plant. This is where he started molesting and torturing children. Newspapers of missing children were showing up everywhere. When Freddy's wife found out, Freddy was the culprit. He killed her. At some point, Freddy's daughter also found out. She informed the police and Freddy was arrested. However, because of a lack of paperwork, he was released shortly after. The parents of Freddy's victims then took matters into their own hands. They followed Freddy to the building he was residing in, and burned him alive. Freddy, unable to rest in peace, came back, but not as a human, but as a demon. He continued his ways of killing, but this time, he could enter your dreams. And this is where the Nightmare on Elm Street movie begins. Now we know his background story. It's important to know. Why does Freddy do what he does? The answer is simple. He does it because he likes it. He enjoys hunting, torturing and killing people, especially children. Freddy is just a sick guy. It's very dangerous when a sick guy obtains the power of entering nightmares. Freddy was capable of invading people's dreams and killed them in their nightmares. When you dreamt, you entered his world. He could manipulate the world of dreams any way he wanted to. He could torture people for days, before ultimately killing them. His powers made him a danger to anyone who made the mistake of knowing or thinking about him. If we would ask ourselves, could Freddy have been saved if he grew up with a normal family? Was he crazy from the start? Or did he become crazy? Freddy had a very disturbing past, but I believe that Freddy was crazy from the start. At a young age, he was already showing a lot of red flags. He took pleasure in killing and torturing animals. He had no empathy, he loved telling lies, and he manipulated others. These are all signs of a psychopath. And as usually the case, the older he got, the stronger these tendencies became. Until he ultimately became an evil, sadistic monster.